One of the things I want to share today is how I've had to adapt in close range knife fighting for my body size and my short arms, and the lack of, I can't match Ron's acceleration speed, which is really phenomenal. He can accelerate super fast. And when he does that and he commits to the thrust, quite often I answer here and the thrust hits me. Now, I've maimed his arm because I've come down bang hard. Now this is serrated, we're pretending it's a serrated vaquero. And I come down like that and I pull that arm's trashed, but he just stabbed me. And a lot of this comes from defanging the snake. And also, my hands are out here. So my hands are here and he goes, I naturally come straight down, out there. Too late. It's almost always too late. If your arms are out, away from your body, put your arms up, Ron. When Ron's arms are out in front of him, and I'm moving around, and I go to stab him, yes, can he hit me? Yeah, but quite often, it's after I stab him. All right, now, how do we cure that? Well, there's two ways. My teacher, Dan Santo, he would say, hey, twist. If you can, you want to twist out. When you see that stab coming, don't stand there. Turn your body and turn it from here to here. So even if you're late, you're not struck here, you may be struck here on the side or skimmed. And it gives you time, even if you're struck, to push that blade out as it hits you. Now, that sounds great. It's hard to do against a really fast opponent. What I suggest you do when you're being threatened with that stab at close range, pull your arms in. So your thumbs are just in front of your pecs. Now, don't hold them there. These have to be moving. Because if they're still, they'll be too slow. But if you have them moving, you can almost always pick that up. A lot of times you'll hit his blade. Lots of times you'll hit his thumb. But what you won't do is hit him up here and get stabbed. This is, I make this mistake every session, maybe 3 or 4 times. I'll forget and go here and say, ah, and then realize, yeah, but I got it in the guts or I got it in the chest. So if you keep him here moving, it's very hard for him to get that in past that hand, especially when I'm cutting in front of myself here. So you're not cutting out here. This is where I'm trying to countercut him. Not out here, it's here, right here. Close.
Now,
close.
Let me add in. His visual speed is really good. I'm gonna be really, really honest. He'll say I have initiation speed, but he's got that visual speed where he's good at it. And it doesn't mean that you're not gonna get better. Obviously, like, how long did you stab ping pong balls to get that coordination
Endlessly.
and stuff like that? But it can be heightened. So it might not be, maybe your body type or your visual speed aren't what Lynn's are. You'll still improve. I think if you train to keep the hands in, you're gonna
Your hands aren't here all the time. You know, when I'm at long range, they might be out here. But when I see him coming in here, threatening me, like that, just like in boxing, my hands might be out here, they might be here, but when I'm being volleyed on, they're gonna tighten up.
Yeah.
So I make shorter, I'm gonna make shorter and shorter motions with my hands. It's the same thing here. When he starts crowding me, I'm gonna shorten my posture of my arms, which are pitifully short to begin with. But now, like Ron says, I go into dinosaur arms.
Yeah, Tyrannosaurus.
My T-Rex arms. And have your partner start. And he's going to be stabbing at you, stabbing at you, stabbing at you, stabbing at you, stabbing at you. And then 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1. You get more and more used to that. Because the other thing against what's so hard about 2 knives is I'll pick up the one and congratulate myself mentally, and the second one impales me. So when you're doing this, no, you're still in tremendous danger as he closes with you. Unless you break ground. The only way to get rid of this pressure is to move to the side. You've got to either go back or you've got to spiral out and get out to the side. If you're getting overwhelmed and you can't move, pull your arms back in, but keep them in motion because remember, your arms are a target. Not only does he want to stab me, he wants to stab and cut my arms. So maybe they move back from side to side, up and down, in and out, change the pattern, high-low.
Let me add to that. He's right. No still arms, but there's another reason. Energizing a still arm. Go into that.
Yeah. When I hold my arms here and he goes, see that? I hit him, but I was late.
If you're static.
I'm static, but if I keep my arms going, I almost always, if the arms are moving, I seldom ever get touched. Because the still hand is a vulnerable hand in a vulnerable position. Anytime he holds his arm still, I cut it. I cut it. I cut it. So,
or let's say if I want to be offensive and you're moving, for me to go still, it's energized, it's not that fast. But if I'm here, it's a lot faster.
So these have to move, and when he goes, you also kind of hollow. You notice we come like this? I'm doing this, but I'm also trying to pull my hips and my gut back, hover over the top of him. Now, if he comes in and stabs at your face, your hands are still here. So, but at least they're up closer to your face. They're not down here. So play with this. When you're being threatened at close range, bring your arms back in, close to your chest, energize them, keep the motion, be ready to hollow and take a step back, or better yet, a step to the side, or twist out. You can do these drills. Ron and I did them a lot last week, where I try to twist even a little bit on that. There, I made it time, but he ticked me over here as he went past. You're gonna sometimes get touched, but it might not be near as bad as a full thrust. You know, I'd rather be pink than have that thing buried in me. You know, this is one place where in the penetration of an inch is a lot better than 7 inches. So go ahead and play with this with your training partner. I think it'll be a benefit.